Well, guys, looks like it's time for another Lords of the Fallen update. Now, this is update version 1.1.379. Much like last week, no new content was added. We just have a bunch of patches and quality of life fixes. Seems to me that they're running out of time to get the actual content into the game, but we'll see what happens over the next few weeks as the holiday season picks up. That being said, let's get into the patch notes. Greetings, lamp bearers. Today's update mainly focuses on further enhancements and optimizations before things heat up next week in the spirit of the festive season. In addition to this, we're delighted to confirm the rollout of several highly anticipated fixes. As always, thank you for your continued feedback and support, something we absolutely appreciate and hope to express our gratitude for with the release of our remaining items from our free content roadmap before year's end. Please find today's highlights below. Autosave stutter fix. While it took a little longer than expected due to the complexity of the issue, we're delighted to say we've applied a fix for the stuttering issue that some players with larger saves experience during autosaving. If you encountered any issue related to this fix or saved games, please reach out to our support team at support@cigames.com. Radiant ending blocker fix. I feel like they've been trying to fix this thing forever. Players who were locked out of Brama's castle will now be able to properly advance with the Radiant ending questline. A huge thanks goes out to the Black Draft who sent his save game that helped us resolve the issue much quicker. Endgame boss improvements. Based on our most recent telemetry, we saw the endgame bosses were not as challenging as anticipated. This has been one of my biggest complaints about the game. The endgame bosses, all the bosses were just not hard. Due to those findings, we've adjusted their behavior slightly to put up a better fight. Multiplayer experience improvements. We improved several functionalities and added new quality of life features to enhance the overall multiplayer experience. Upon popular demand, we've added a small growing indicator to make it easier to spot your partner's position when they are out of sight during co-op play. Invasion areas have received a redesign, resulting in less disconnects when attempting to invade players. Lastly, the Vestige menu now offers new options for more convenient interaction. Now on to the full patch notes. Alright, we start off with multiplayer. Crimson Rituals have received a small rework which should improve matchmaking connectivity by avoiding disconnects before a matchup starts. Players targeted by a Crimson Ritual will no longer be able to exit to the main menu while the ritual is active. Players targeted by the Crimson Ritual will no longer be able to interact with vendors or vestiges while the ritual is active. Moth walls related to Crimson Rituals will automatically vanish after a set amount of time in the case the ritual never starts. Co-op partners will now receive additional Crimson Ritual notifications for better clarity. Redesigned Crimson Ritual areas to be more graceful across the whole game world. Fixed an issue where a co-op partner could immediately die after being teleported to a host standing on an umbral platform in Axiom. Fixed an issue related to cooperative multiplayer where the client could be teleported to the host unexpectedly even after being teleported to the host at the beginning of the boss encounter. Fixed an issue where the client's resource and buffs could reset after a teleport to the host. Next up, performance. Additional paths to reduce the number of actors casting shadows, small objects, and minor details in Defiled Sepulchre, Pilgrim's Perch, Skyrest Bridge, Shuja Hamlet, Fife of the Chilled Curse, Shrine of Adir, and Abbey of the Hallowed Sisters. Optimize Umbral for better performance in Mance of the Hollow Brother. Removed eye blinking of inactive characters across the whole game to improve performance. So just because characters' eyes were blinking, it lowered the overall performance of the game, which is, it's actually insane. Next up, we have bosses. Abbess Ursula has received an update to her boss behavior to make her more in line with the late game challenges. Judge Cleric, the Radiant Sentinel, has received an update to her behavior to make her more in line with the late game challenges. The same update goes for the Light Reaper, the Sundered Monarch, and then they fixed a lock-on issue that could occur while destroying Umbral Parasites in the second phase of the Hushed Saint boss encounter. Next up, we have Camera. Fixed issues related to a camera collision in Pilgrim's Perch. Fixed a camera issue that could cause unintended behavior with failing enemies that were locked on. Fixed an issue with the Light Reaper's sword that would not trigger the special ability. Fixed an issue with the Light Reaper's spear that would not have proper scaling and damage types applied. Added the possibility to aim up and down when using heavy attacks with weapons that do not trigger a boss weapon ability. Next up, we got collisions. Improved the collision for better navigation while in Umbral and Sunless Skeen. Fixed a collision issue where players could get stuck near the rotatable stairway in Bramus Castle. Added missing wall collisions to the bedroom of the Sundered Monarch. Fixed an issue where players could fall through elevators when entering Umbral. Fixed several Umbral collision issues in Bramus Castle. Fixed a collision issue that could cause players to fall through the game world when jumping off the footbridge in Lower Calrath. Fixed collision issues to avoid players getting stuck at the bonfire in Forsaken Fen. I know a lot of these mention people falling through the ground. There's been a lot of hate regarding that, which I understand. So it's good they're fixing it. Next up, we have visuals. Fixed an issue with the player's character animation not playing while using a Vestige Seed. Fixed an issue where the player's character animation would not play when performing certain actions related to the Umbral ending. Fixed an issue where the Sanguinarix upgraded animation could be canceled by performing an attack. I thought they fixed that weeks ago. Fixed an issue where Pieta's animation would not play when upgrading the Sanguinarix. Yes, that's how you pronounce that. Added missing player hit reaction animations when getting hit at the end of a roll. Fixed visual glitches with some vegetation and Mance of the Hollow Brother. Fixed a visual glitch with a beacon by lowering its position in Forsaken Fen. Fixed a visual glitch caused by wrong weapon orientation on Tancred's Mancatcher on the player character. Adjusted level streaming to avoid visual glitches in Bramus Castle. Next up, we got UI. Added a new option to the Vestige menu that allows players to leave co-op sessions. Added a new option to the Vestige menu that allows hosts to kick co-op players. Added a confirmation pop-up for kicking and reporting other players and adjusted disconnect messages to be more accurate. Fixed a small visual glitch that could occur while browsing the shrines with a controller. Fixed an issue where enemy health bars could be seen in the distance in different areas of the game. Audio. Polished the ambient sound in the Mence area. Improved the player's character footstep sounds. Ambient sound now properly propagates through corridors and cistern. Improved NPC voiceovers across the game. And finally, we have others. Added a failsafe to prevent potential further blockers with the Umbral ending. Fixed a behavioral issue with fire raw manglers that made them sit down immediately after attacking the player near Alehouse. That's because they were probably drunk, so they had to sit down. Check out our 2023 roadmap here in Light We Walk. So yeah, that's it for this week's updates, everyone. Looks like next week we're probably going to get some actual content in the game, so looking forward to covering that. Hopefully I can figure it out without getting locked out like I did on the bucket quest. If you want to make sure you don't get locked out on the bucket quest, make sure you check out my video on that to avoid that happening to you. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.